Thank you for the
Hello.
bird
Hi,
symphony.
Jan.
Oh,
Hi,
beautiful.
Jan.
Hi, Wendy.
Thank
You're
Hi,
welcome.
Julie.
you.
Hi, Jen.
Diana
And
Cairo.
Lee is with Diana Cairo.
I
Who
know.
is with Diana Cairo?
Yeah.
Lee is with
Lee.
Diana?
Yes.
I just went to take the dog.
Is my mic on?
Yes,
Yes.
Nuno.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Hi,
Coming
Hear
in loud
you.
and clear.
Hi, Nuno.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi, Ed.
Jan.
Hi, Peter.
Wow, this is so exciting.
Nuno.
Hi,
Dan.
Peter.
16
Yay,
so far.
Peter.
Lee, how'd you get to be Diana Cairo?
Because I'm at her house on her
Oh, okay.
laptop. She's coming.
Oh,
She just
So
took
are we
my
gonna
way.
get a duo?
We're gonna get
wonderful.
the duo today, the two of us.
Yay!
So,
Yay.
Lee, yay!
Here
Did you
comes
see my
Sunny.
spelling
Here
on my
comes
knee?
Sunny.
And
comes out
it didn't work.
Sunny. Oh. Yeah, Sunny is coming.
Donna, go into that, we're in your right-hand corner and do the rename of it. You can rename it while you're on. As I put in that email, if you're a participant, you could go into the right, wherever you see those option buttons. I'm not sure, are you on a PC or Apple or what you're on?
All right, so
Hi,
Bev. Hi, Bev.
Hi, Dad.
Talk.
Hi,
Hi,
Hi, Yuri.
Hi, Sunny.
Good.
Hi, Nina.
Hi, Jen.
Hi,
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Good.
Nina.
Hi,
Hi,
Bev.
Bev.
Hi,
Hi,
Bev.
Bev.
Sunny.
Sunny.
So
Hello, Sunny.
Wendy,
Hi,
Wendy,
Wendy.
Hi, Alex.
like grayed out.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Sunny might not want her face on.
Really? Hi, Sunny.
Sunny,
Wendy
though.
posts in
Yes.
Canada. Wendy,
Hello.
your picture is very blurred. Blurry.
Hi, Judy.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Doggy.
switched computers. I went on my old laptop instead of my iPad so I could see more people. And I don't know how to
Oh.
correct it.
Maybe it needs Windex.
Maybe the camera.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
only works in the big fat Greek
That
wedding.
It's
might
probably,
be.
yes,
That's
it's
I
probably
need
just
Windex
dust.
on my eyes. My
Oh,
goodness.
yes.
I don't know.
Diane
5
Lynn.
megapixel. 5
Vision.
megapixel instead of 12 or 16.
Try
There's
to clean it.
Sunny. Ooh, beautiful hat.
She came, she saw, and she
Thank
liked.
you.
Hey, Noreen. Hi, Noreen.
That's funny, Noreen.
Hey, what are we doing here?
So, are we recording yet?
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Yay, Yuri! Yay!
So,
Yay, Yuri.
Very happy.
That's nice. I like that.
start with a couple of comments, and then we'll go to questions. Now, the comments are, we still seem to be holding for winter solstice. I was watching one of those Science Channel, and it was talking about Lagrange. And Lagrange is from ancient Ireland. And on one day each year, the sun goes all the way into the center. On the other of 364 or 305, it doesn't make it. And the structure was 500 feet in diameter, and it was built with wood. The wood is all decayed, but the purpose of Lagrange, which is ancient, still stands. It highlights one day per year, winter solstice. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Scott.
Yeah.
Diana.
Hi, Diana. Hi, Julie.
Hi,
Hi, Sunny, honey, and Debbie,
Wow.
and Scott,
Honey.
Hey, Scott.
Hi, Debbie.
Deb.
Hey, Peter.
Hi, Scott.
and
Diane Lee.
hi, everyone.
Sunny.
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Julie and Brian.
Well, we now have
Brian.
two screens. So that's good sign.
Hi, Julie.
Hi,
Hi,
Julie.
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Peter, we
Hi,
have a
Brian.
special guest joining. Nancy, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
I'm excited to be able to join you.
Oh,
Well,
thank
we're
you.
excited
And you're here.
that you are joining.
Wonderful.
We are too.
So how many? Just 27. So our
The
record
27th
is
of
30.
December?
Yeah, 27.
Plus two twofers, Peter, so 29 total today.
Two
Yeah,
twofers.
29 total?
You have Lee and Diana and Julie and Brian together.
Oh, right. Where's Julie? I haven't seen Julie.
We're right here, Peter.
Okay.
Yay, Julie.
Hi,
Julie
Brian.
and Brian.
Okay, we can spotlight Julie for everybody.
Hi, Julie.
Hey.
Brian.
Hey,
Julie.
hey,
Hi,
Brian.
Julie. Hi, Brian.
Wow. This is really good. So this is a record.
Yeah.
We have 2 at Diana's and 2 with Julie and at 29. And do we have any other twofers?
Twofers.
Christina has a lot of kitty cats.
Look at you two.
Say that, yeah.
At 6.
The
At
animals
6.
count.
Should I
So-
Peter, unmute yourself, please.
Oh,
You're okay.
He's okay. I hear him. Everyone's muted now.
Yes, except Peter. So, and Catherine for some reason.
Those things happen.
so we're still on track for winter solstice. And winter solstice goes back to Lagrange, and Lagrange is Ireland, and it is ancient. Now, I don't know, that's after Julie's time, but I don't know. It's probably after Atlantis time. And we celebrated the first half of that yesterday, Halloween. And then today is when nobody had a body. About 2 million people, no bodies. Confusing, to say the least. Yeah. So this time we went with a hot reset. It's going to go almost 4 years. The 13th of March 2022. And then we'll basically decide whether we need another 4 years or we've done enough. If we've done it enough, COVID will just disappear. Boom. COVID is not of quantum. There is no disease in quantum. There's only happiness, youth, growth, knowing, in other words, something new comes along, and then balancing. And balance includes the love, non-vibrational, and being positive, non-vibrational. So that pretty much brings us current. And now we have questions. So who's got the first one?
Just
I have a
unmute
question.
yourself. Mhm.
I have a question.
Okay,
Can you hear me? This is Alex.
yes.
Okay. I keep forgetting to ask this. I keep going over the quantum truths, and number 3 is night. Could you talk a little bit about that? It doesn't,
NIGHT,
correct.
sleep.
Oh, that was too simple.
Ah,
I'm like, why not day? I was thinking, that is funny. Okay, thank you. Oh my goodness,
you're very
sleep. That makes much more sense now.
welcome.
That's funny. Thank you, Peter.
You're very welcome.
It was
The
a good
shortest
question,
question.
Alex.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
So,
I'll ask a question, Peter.
okay,
The intermediaries, I guess I thought I had the intermediaries pretty much figured out, and then I was reading a little bit on the website and I'm like, I'm not so sure I've got that clarified in my mind. And so I want to know if Mother God, Father God, Mother, Father God, Ashtar, Sananda, all those beings that, are they considered the intermediaries, or do you consider intermediaries to be angels, guides, and that kind of thing?
anybody other than your magnificence is an intermediary.
Okay,
So you only have one non-intermediary, and
Right.
that's your magnificence.
okay. For some reason, I had, that's what I thought, and then I was reading something, and it was on the Many of One website, and it made me question if I had that properly defined. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Peter, one thing I want to say about that I think is fascinating is your mind, consciousness, thought, and brain can also be an intermediary. And I think that's funny because many of us don't see it that way, but that could be a big problem.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. That's the
So
hard-
what Diana is saying is exactly,
Isn't that the trickster at work?
pardon me?
When you think your magnificence is your mind thought,
Yeah,
those other two, that's your trickster playing.
right. In other words, it's mind, thought, brain, conscious. They're all electrical. And they're all intermediary. They can't even respond as fast as you can, because your response from your magnificence is instant. And from any other source, it's really an intermediary, including your mind, brain, thought, conscious. I see everybody.
Because it's an energy response as opposed to a non-energy response.
Exactly.
Peter, explain the relationship between the morphogenic field and quantum for me.
We have to have the place to do something. So that place to do something is called a morphogenetic field. We all use that field, all 1,000 universes. If something hasn't yet been put in the field won't take it. You have to know how to put something in the field. Your magnificence knows that automatically. That's not something you have to learn.
Thank you.
Does that help, Cynthia? If you want to say it in 2 letters instead of that fancy name, morphogenetic, it's your do field. It's your field where you do things.
I like that, the do field.
Yeah, I do too. I don't really like complexity.
Do the evil ones do things in the morphogenetic field as well?
Yes. And
So
they
how
do
do we
more-
counter that? How do we counter that evil stuff in the morphogenetic field?
Just by knowing that they can do that, knowing that evil is live spelled backwards. It's that simple. And so they use that knowledge to spell live backwards and count on the rest of us being idiots and not knowing what to do. I mean, that's the truth.
That is the truth. They're tricky.
Yeah, they're very tricky. And this time, Pre-Quantum is helping us out. They have created a new location called Earth 2. In Earth 2, you'll be there, you won't even know you're there. You'll live out your life of evil, you'll die, and then you're done.
When does that start?
Oh, it's very active now.
Oh, it is, okay.
It's populating.
Because I read a book, I'm trying to remember her name. I read all of her books, and she wrote, the book is called Earth 2, so I knew about it for a long time. It was at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's about when Zora started to talk about it.
Can I say something?
Indeed, you already did.
You're funny.
Yeah.
He is.
Thank you, Peter. First of all, I wanted to, I thought it was very useful and very funny also, the way you wrote no grow, no grow, no grow. And then balance, practice, and reach, reach, reach. It's almost like doing push-ups.
Workout.
So, yeah, I imagine me doing some push-ups and go for reach, 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 reach. So it was really great. So what I wanted to share and to ask you is about surrogacy, which is something that I am working on very consistently in the last weeks. When you say body in the threes, when you say that body is all quantum part, so the body is includes magnificent spirit and soul.
No, they're all separate.
Okay, so what do you mean by body, and why? How come is not included in soul, perhaps, or spirit?
Because it's not part of soul. See, You have magnificence. You have a spirit. You have a soul. You have all three of those things. And you need to keep balance between your love and your positivity and your spirit and your soul and your magnificence. You know, if we only had 2 words, 2 of those words would be balance and practice. It's all, there wouldn't be 1,000 truths, there wouldn't be diddly. And it'd be boring. But that's what it boils down to. We balance and we practice. Now, when we want to expand that, we know things. And then something new happens. 3-letter word, new. What do? Balance. Then what do? We put it back into know, but know has grown. Well, how have we grown? Personal skills. We have grown in what we know. You know, it really is simple. We make it so complex. The mind, thought, consciousness, and brain, they're who make it complex. They delay. And they're wrong. I mean, they're basically wrong. It's that simple.
Okay. So can you expand on one quantum body?
Yeah.
Thank you.
In reality, there is one body. And that body has limits. For example, when George Floyd was killed, that was the limit, and that triggered change. That triggered Black Lives Matter. A year ago, I had to go to the bathroom for the body. And that was really tough. And but that's when I learned, my goodness, all the body is one. We don't have multiple bodies. We think we do. Think, right? Think,
right.
New, balance, but it's all one body that we all use. And it has to go to the bathroom and has to change. And it did. I didn't talk much about it because it was certainly no fun.
Yes.
But I had to do it. And I did it. When George Floyd went, I ended up on the floor. I couldn't move. My son had to come over and pick me up off the floor. He's a young guy, he's strong, and he could do it, but I couldn't do it. It was probably the least fun thing I've had to do, but I did it because, like all of us, I'm endless. All of us are endless. We only have one body. Quantum strength is so powerful that because we have a base 20 creation and we have quantum strength itself, we put it in there twice. You just take it for granted. but I don't because I had to live through it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a matter of somebody told me about it. It was a matter of, boy, I had to live it. And it was awful. And so if I don't know something, I don't share something because I don't have it. I mean, I didn't know Judy was Plato until it came to me. Quantum magnificence or quantum magnificence. Julie, in a way, is my first ever. Because she's been helping me since 50,000 years ago. I started to work with others before that, but it was not continuous. One more. But it was with Julie. And that's the way it came to me. So it's amazing how it works, but when you live it, you don't have any doubt. None. Do others have the same experiences? No. None. Quantum singularity and I are different, except we have specialized. He's voice, I'm form. Pretty simple. VOICE 5. Form. What is it? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How does form what you have? A formula. So we're all one. And it's all there. I mean, look what Wendy's done. She rode in a car. The driver was Joan of Arc. And yet, who's with us? Wendy, not Ann. Was Wendy in the car? Yeah, she was in the Joan of Arc car. Remember, 1,000 people can ride in one car. There's only one driver. The other 999, they were passengers. They are passengers.
So they're sharing the experience of the Joan of Arc life.
Correct. That's exactly right. What Diane says is exactly right. The only difference is each car, which can have up to 1,000 occupants, only has one driver at a time. Now, we have 1,000 galaxies or sources. The Milky Way is one. Well, there's 999 others. They're the Pleiadians. They're the Sirian. They're the Orions. There's 1,000 total. And we're so powerful that we're beginning to be able to see what's happening in all 1,000 of the star systems or galaxies, whatever you want to call them. To me, I like to call them star systems because each one of you is a star. And yes, we're all in the Milky Way galaxy. And we're on planet Earth. Move the H from Earth to the front. What is it? Heart. It's love. It's where it all spreads to all 1,000 galaxies. Questions?
Diane Joy, unmute yourself.
Ask a question. Peter, how did you happen to be share that experience with Floyd? Was that like a surrogate type thing, and will we all experience those types of things?
The question is, how did quantum singularity and I, why are we a twosome? Well, we were just fascinated and we could see what's going to happen.
Oh.
And for a couple hundred supercycles, we checked. Nope, hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened yet. Remember, time doesn't exist. But then the first knowing took place, and all of a sudden we just knew what we knew. And then KNEW. Then we went further and something new happened. So KNEW is a new, NEW is a new. So it almost sounds like double talk, but it isn't. It's KNOW and it's NEW. What happened then?
So you balanced it?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And that was the beginning. And then when the balance finished, the new grew.
Wow.
And that was your personal growth. Well, we were all the same person.
Yes.
Now we're not. We're multiples.
So that's waking everybody up.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Thank you.
So it all boils down to those four things. And then all of a sudden, love emerged as a trinity. And being positive emerged as another trinity. So we had balance, we had love, and we had positivity. And none of them had vibrations. So everything you knew, it didn't have any consciousness. It didn't have any thought. It didn't have any mind. It just was quantum.
No filters. Yeah, no bias.
Correct. So it just kept going. And if you put it together, which many one does, many one has a million words. It's 404 web pages. You only have to look at 13 of those web pages. Everything brought forward about quantum. And three of you, the RV has nothing to do with quantum. And three of you finally said today, You don't want any more RV stuff. When it happens, it happens. But it's pre-quantum stuff, period. That, by the way, is a major step forward by you people, by quantum threshold. You know, all that stuff that Dennis has been sharing is wrong. There are no laws, period. None. You want to end up with two words, aside from knowing what quantum is. And those two words are no bias. What's the very last two words in the disclaimer at the bottom of each webpage? No bias. If you have no bias, you're a master of everything. Everything. With two words. It's thank you, Ori. It's just amazing. Now, the 33 of us, maybe it'll grow. Maybe Apple will have more capacity. Maybe we'll be able to go to 50 through iMessage. Who knows? But we'll do it with 33. We are doing it with 33. If more capacity becomes available, we'll go higher. We won't go above 50 because there are other reasons you don't want to go above 50. Basically, it's too much. And once you go to too much, you're not in balance. So it has to do with balance.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is that because it reduces, it dilutes things?
Yes. And it's very, in a big corporation, hundreds of thousands of employees, you can go to 200. And so if you as a person are really good, you can get to 200 and you'll be able to remember everything about them. I've done that. So it isn't, but it's too many. 100, you can do that, but it's pretty hard. 50, that's the right number for balance. So no new balance. That's the right number, 50. So if we have the ability to go past 50, we won't do it.
I like that. Less is more.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Next question. Who would like? Diane or Nancy? How about you? You're a guest.
I have a question about, you were saying not to, that you want to bypass the mind, the consciousness, all that. How do you know if it's coming from your mind?
You recognize it. And it's electrical. And it's a more technical term, but you have attenuation delay. So it's never current. Where knowing is instant.
Okay.
The mind, conscious thought, brain aren't. They're electrical, and therefore there is what an electrician will call an attenuation delay. Now, it takes a while to be able to see the difference. That's practice. Practice, practice, practice. But if it's something you decide you're going to learn to do, you will.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it hit on a deeper level. Thank you.
Good, good. Next question. Yeah.
I just found a fun connection for new balance, no bias. The same letters.
Yeah.
And they're connected very strongly.
Yes. Very cool.
Just more simplicity.
Exactly. Exactly. Come on. Ask a question.
You're on fire today, Peter. I love it.
Not much time left. I mean, we get 6 weeks. That's how much time we have between today and winter solstice. We have 6 more weeks.
I have a question. The threes, you separated them into 4. Wait, 1, 2, no, 3. You separated them into 3 parts, right? Correct?
You're right. 3 times 3 is 9.
Just because, okay, all right. It's more balanced that way? No other reason? All right.
Correct.
Are you finished?
Is
yes,
thank
you.
Threes.
Peter,
Yes.
what was going on with those pictures that I took yesterday? Let me tell you what happened. I was out at the family cemetery and I said, what a beautiful tree. And so I took a picture and there was nothing in it. I was kind of looking, to see if I could find a blue dot, but I didn't see one. And I said, oh, I wish one of those beautiful pink petals was in there. And before I could get the words out of my mouth, there it was. And so I took 3 pictures really quick and every one of them was totally different. And I went, wow, that was like instant. So what was going on there?
That was your magnificence. To demonstrate to you how fast things really are.
Well, it was faster than fast.
You're exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So that was all my magnificence.
That was all your magnificence. Remember, all of you have had a magnificence since we started the split, which was we were 5,000 super cycles into it. And then we went to multiples.
I think we all have a very good sense of humor.
Exactly. You have to, because you can't balance anything without humor.
Yes.
If you take anything serious, is that a bias? Well, you bet it is.
And the pre-quantum people get so annoyed with us that we don't get all serious about their dramas.
That's exactly right. They want us to jump at the dryer with.
We just got to keep it love. Yeah.
And positive.
And positive. So we have 6 weeks to stay focused on these. And my behavior has changed a lot in the last 2 weeks because I'm frequently reaching for quantum strength, quantum strength, quantum strength. And I've trained myself to use that often now. So we can't overuse it, can we? Okay.
No, it's the most powerful balancing tool known.
Okay. All right. Can pre-quantum people use quantum strength? Not really.
There aren't many, if any, beyond our group.
Yeah, okay, I get it. All righty. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jen.
I have a question, Peter.
Yes.
On the webpage, water, the cell by cell healing, the hydration, has that changed? I seem to be drinking so much more water. And in the morning, when we say our, oh, I don't know what you call it, our little morning thing, when we awake, water and quantum strength. For some reason, I seem to be saying emphasis on the word water. And I'm not sure why.
Well, water anchors you to ice, water, air, plasma, and creation. For example, take water away. Would you have blood?
No, and I would be so thirsty.
Right. Water is really activating those 5 things. Ice, water, air, plasma, your DNA, RNA, that's plasma, and creation. Water has a 5th element that is part of creation.
The other thing that I've done is I also included blood family in my thank yous in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what's the big family? What's the biggest expression of family?
Quantum family?
Yeah. Quantum. That is a family. I mean, the family even goes to the bathroom together.
Donna, unmute yourself, hun.
Sunny has her hand up. Sunny, did you want to speak? Let me see her.
Let's go to the next screen.
Okay, Peter, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
In regards to water, and you said to keep reaching for quantum strength, but you had also said in the morning when you say quantum strength twice, to not say it 3 times.
Correct.
It would be out of balance. So if you're going to reach for quantum strength throughout the day, and you say, I'm reaching for quantum strength, you can say I'm reaching for it twice, but not 3 times, and you have to wait a while before you say it again.
No, you already, you did that when you got up.
Right.
So if you find yourself with pain, balance it with quantum strength. Has nothing to do with when you awoke.
Okay, because I have to drink 6 times more water than most people. If I don't, then I get headaches throughout the night. So I have to drink constantly all day long. And I don't know why, but that's my life.
Some days are like that for me too. This is Ed. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
Yeah, Donna, I was just going to say, as I read, of course, on the site, and as Peter stated, we're going through this like a magical twist and turn. And even Peter stating what's gone with his physical body, and we're all one body. It's just an amazing thing that some days I'm awake, some days I feel like I'm asleep, some days I feel like I'm in a stupor. I reach for quantum strength. I can't believe how much water I'm drinking. The next day, I'm not drinking water. Was it quantum strength? It's like I laugh. It's there. So as we're assisting each other, as Nuno noticed, and as Peter so well stated, of course, it's a very interesting thing, and perhaps Peter can discuss this aspect of it, of how we draw in our body, our one body. We draw in from the sources of the oneness of the quantum strength. And I don't feel the words, and yet I feel hydrated. And then I notice other moments I'm not as hydrated. I've gotten headaches the last few weeks where I don't normally have headaches. So the first thing I do is I am the practice of having honey, raw honey in the morning before I go to sleep. Hydrating, we're using plasma water. I hold the water, and I look in the mirror, hands under the faucet, quantum water, quantum strength, here we go, brand new day, yay, get excited. And 3 hours later, the body does something different, and I adjust, I shift, I balance. It's in other words, of course, you're not alone. Thank you.
No, thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
The interesting thing is when you and Cynthia Rose and I had a meal together at the Roadmore, I didn't even need to use words to communicate with Cynthia Rose. She just got it. And with you, I used a lot of words. Now, what are you? Unique. What am I? Unique. What's Cynthia Rose? Unique. There are three of us who are unique. Am I better than you or Cynthia Rose? No, I'm unique. So the key thing is for us to learn about ourselves. And we will find once we learn that we are unique and we are equal. And we all have the two words that we want to end up with: no bias. And we all have, because we're equal and you're unique, that's complex. We are equal and our unique is different for each and every one of us.
Can I just add something to the water thing? It's a very interesting subject because, as you mentioned before, Peter, we have some bodily functions, and we need, most of the time, we don't. The water we drink doesn't have minerals in it. So and sometimes when that happens, even if we drink a lot of water, non-mineral water, we actually get dehydrated and
Correct.
not hydrated, because the more water we drink, the more we need to go to the bathroom. And then when you go to the bathroom, you just, the salts, the mineral salts get out and you don't put it in as you should. So read about that, because you can drink less water and be more hydrated. And it's a major
The
thing.
worst thing any of us consume is water with nothing in it. It's called reverse osmosis. It has
Yes.
nothing.
Need minerals.
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly right.
We actually dehydrate with a lot of non-mineral water.
Right.
Right. Nuno, have you read the book on cellular hydration on the Many of One website?
Yes, I did, and that's why I'm talking about it. Darko Velcek.
Right.
It was a big.
So he suggested adding Celtic sea salt, which looks gray in color because of the minerals, to your water. He goes step by step on how to do that. You can also add pink Himalayan salt, which has over 81 trace minerals in it for better
Yeah.
hydration,
Yeah.
better remineralization.
Since 4 years ago that I drink water with salt. And you can even do 1 part seawater to 4 or 5 parts fresh water, and you will get a moisture next to your plasma.
Right.
So that is very interesting because you can get hydrated very fast and very efficiently.
Physicians
drink-
encourage us to avoid salt when that's not really what you want to do.
No, because you really need the salt, the sodium, even to produce potassium, because the potassium, you won't absorb it cellularly. You have to produce it out of sodium.
Regular table salt that most people get, like Morton's salt, is white because it's been stripped of the minerals. We're talking specifically of mineralized salt, and that does not raise your blood pressure.
Whole salt, yes, integral, yes. With
And it's white salt because a lot of people think it's healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Table salt does not contain iodine either, which is another needed nutrient, another needed mineral substance. Iodine's important for your thyroid.
Magnesium also.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the thing that does the make the salt moistured. So when they try to sell it, they don't like the salt to be the salt to be moistured. So they strip the salt of magnesium, and it's important, very important. And I started to love salt. It's like sugar for me now. It's crazy because when I drink my water, when I give someone my water to drink, they say, "Look, your blood pressure." I said, "My blood pressure is perfect."
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for all those reminders.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I remember Ann DeHart even going over all that stuff many years ago. But you know, everybody I know has been real well aware of all this for a very long time. All the water I drink and even give to people at my office to drink, it always has pink Himalayan salt in it because that's the good water. I can't even imagine drinking regular water.
Right.
You know, it helps so much. We have to take care of ourselves. It just, a lot of things to focus on, but you get used to it.
And our pets too. I give to Purple and Nico salt water.
Good reminder.
Yeah, it's important to make the alkaline, an alkaline organism or body.
Correct.
So they have less diseases, they have more health, they live longer. Nico was supposed to be dead like 2 years ago. My guinea pig. But he's strong as ever.
Good
Thank
deal.
you.
Hey, guys, Sunny has a question.
Okay. Sunny.
You know what, Noreen, I tried, it shows that her hand's up, but she's not answering. And we tried to text her and she's not answering. Sunny, is there anything that you would like to ask? Sometimes her connection's just wacky. It happened last time. So based on that, I'd say no. Her hand is up, but she's not at,
Lower hand.
I'll just lower her hand.
So we've gone an hour. Has a note saying, "Hi, Sonny." So we've
Peter, can I
covered a lot of ground.
About the email that was going around about the RV. Are you
Yeah.
saying that we should be
that-
involved in it?
That is, I deleted from Billy and Jean. I've been getting my information from them. I just deleted it because it does put you back in the blender.
Put you back on what?
The
In the
blender,
blender.
the dryers.
The dryer.
Yeah.
The blender, the dryer, the blender. Your vitamins.
When we grow up, I would call Christina the frog in the blender. So that's where that came from. Dryer is a much nicer term.
Being in the dryer is much better than.
Yeah. But,
So should we not be concerned about it at all? If it does happen, are we supposed to ignore it? Is that what you're saying? Or we find out our
your
own?
magnificence.
Well, our magnificence.
Can't
tell us-
emphasize enough that you are all equal and you are all unique. Different people will have different answers. And learn to trust your answer. Don't look for confirmation. Look for practice and just keep practicing and just keep using that practice to be more certain about your future. And by your future, it's every single moment of every single day. That's love. It's positivity. It's growth personally. It's growth with your skills. It's quantum analog, where you finally realize there is no time. None. And every single word is explained in that 13 web pages of many of one. And you want to read the 13 once, but everything is really on the first, second, and third page. 3 pages.
Whoa. Big difference.
Yes. Versus 404 web pages.
We were sweating it then.
Right. You
Sonny
want
does want to say something.
You only need to look at them once.
Well, she's not gonna say too much. She's asking a question. She's asking a question.
Sonny made a note that she was trying to unmute.
Oh, good.
You
Yeah,
said you always have to reach for the strength.
Yeah. When using quantum strength, do you always have to reach for it physically, as you did one time? You were telling us about that. If you're saying every time when you want to use it, do you have to reach for it?
No, for me, it's automatic.
Yeah. That's good clarification.
What about us, Peter? Do we need to reach?
It's practice. And practice leads to automatic.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to do this and other times I can just feel it with that knowing.
Correct.
I learned that from Peter because he shared. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're
So
moving
we're
into
back
a
to
very,
28. We did drop 27. Now we're back to 28.
yeah, Harry joined us. He was unmuted. I don't know. Harry, would you like to share anything? He has himself unmuted. But you can't see him. Yeah. Anyway, he is here, but
Hey, Harry.
there's.
Yay, Harry.
Hey,
Hi, Harry.
so even if you don't want to see us, we're glad you're here.
Now that Harry figured out how to do it FaceTime, we changed it to Zoom.
Yeah.
Right.
Good job. He made it.
Yeah, he has to learn all over again.
Yeah. So Peter, just in finishing, we're moving into Crazy Town with the election coming up on Tuesday. And, you know, just to be aware of, we have really, this is our opportunity to truly focus on the quantum strength, on the quantum truths, on love and positivity, because we are just like we mitigated, you know, those big waves coming in and doing serious damage. It's just a reminder of the power and the strength that we have to make a difference with what's going on in the world and what's going to be happening in the next few days here.
Yes.
So
yes, Diana.
Very important for us all to remember that.
Super good.
I think Trump is going to lose because he just lies too much. And yes, he has drained the swamp, but boy, does he lie.
But
so, who knows? But for me, Trump has reduced himself to one term, and it's because of the lying.
That's right.
Well, on the opposite side of that coin is Biden, who is the opposite of live.
Correct. I mean, you look at just we don't lie. We might have some things that we have to rearrange, but we don't lie. It's just not with us, with the 33. Nancy, she doesn't lie. You can tell by looking at her. So it just doesn't fit anymore. If those of you that look at rates, levels, and trigger, there used to all be a fourth, which is fit. Well, fit is gone. Because fit means, is there an error now? Well, everything on many one, there's no errors. So fit means no errors, and therefore fit could be removed and has been removed, thanks to Julie. Still exists, but we don't make errors of lies. We don't do that.
So based on what's going on, we have evil and we have a liar. We don't have a good scenario either way, but what
Can we have JFK Jr. come back?
Oh yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But in this now, whatever happens, you know, but what the changes we're making and what we're doing is what's going to change it ultimately all.
But JFK is pre-quantum. Remember, you guys are quantum.
Yay.
So,
Yeah, but we don't have a quantum politician.
No, we don't.
no,
No.
There's no politician in quantum.
We didn't have one with
Right.
integrity.
you know,
We don't need one.
correct,
Yes, no government. That's good.
correct.
Correct, Judy.
No rules.
Remember, there's no hierarchies. There's just no bias. That's it.
Yeah, but to change the world, we do need some politicians who are more toward quantum than
Correct.
non-quantum.
And we work with them, and eventually, gradually, one at a time, they'll start the process of learning.
Yeah.
Really the process sharing. There's Harry. Hi, Harry. I can't see your face. So are there any other questions?
Just a lot of gratitude.
Yeah, we have covered a lot of ground.
Buckle up and remember who you are.
That's exactly right. And stick to it and don't compromise.
No.
So that's what remains means, Peter. When at the bottom of the web pages you say quantum analog remain no bias. That's what remains means, to stay at it.
Actually, it's mastery.
Okay.
I mean, what's a synonym for mastery? No bias.
Okay, thank you.
Peter, this is Julie. I'm just curious. You say that Trump is a liar. I don't know him. I don't know Biden. So could you give me an example of what his lies are?
Well, Biden lies about his son.
Yeah.
Trump lies about the truth. He just
the truth in general.
Right.
Okay.
And that's basically what it is.
Politicians
He's just
lie.
all ego.
Well, yeah. See, there are three basic types of ego: weak, and had weak. Big, Trump has big. Just make it up. And then strong. Strong is kind of the step before quantum.
Like Mandela.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
We
then,
all have to remember that politicians lie. It's inherent with the role.
right, in hey, Sonny, go ahead.
Unmute yourself.
Sonny, touch your screen and you'll see mute and then unmute yourself.
You hit the share screen, Bunny, or Sunny.
She doesn't know how to touch and then hit that.
Okay. That's
Well,
all
she's
right.
unmuted, so it's her phone that's not working.
It's her
'Cause
phone.
if you're muted,
Oh.
that would be different, but she was unmuted when and we can't hear her.
can't
I was trying to talk. Okay.
It's her phone connection.
And it's interesting that lying is very really closely.
So, you have something to say, Sonny?
No, I don't know what's going on with their phone, Peter.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sonny, why
I
don't you?
think she does, but
I-
she can't talk to us.
Put your question in the chat again, Sonny, because we're not hearing you. Your
Right.
volume's not working. If you put it in the chat, we'll be able to read what you're asking.
Sorry.
Good idea, Lee.
That's what the chat's for, is if somebody cannot be heard.
Where's the chat?
It's on the bottom of your screen next to participants. There's a chat. Press that, and then you can type in a message.
Oh.
I wanted to thank Nancy for coming. It's wonderful to have you.
Yes.
So much
I
for
agree.
being here.
Coming, yes.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm so grateful that you
Welcome.
opened calls up.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
well,
Nancy.
And Peter, I'd like to share one thing here.
Please.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Sure.
See you.
This is because Diana Martinez keeps asking me what happens when we have multiple quantums on a call. So today we actually are at 30 quantums. Here's the kilometers the entanglement goes to. And in light years, we are at 1 quadrillion light years reach today. That should be the entire creation.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful, Noreen. Thanks for sharing that. How amazing. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noreen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noreen.
I will.
Thank you, Noreen. I forgot
Thank
to
you,
ask
Noreen.
you. I was gonna ask you, and I'm sorry I forgot.
Yeah, no, I will email this, put it in a mail
Wow.
to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you,
And each-
Noreen.
And each light year, by the way, is right here, 9.5 trillion kilometers. So when Peter talks about zillions, this is way bigger than zillions. 1 quadrillion times 9.5 trillion.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Very cool.
I just wanted to say, I really appreciate Nancy being on. She's one of my really good friends, and I was the one that told her about her possibility of being on.
Awesome.
Thank you, John.
Thank you
Wonderful, Donna.
Thanks for share.
for joining us today. Thank you.
Do we have
Thank
any
you, Nancy.
participants that live in Arkansas?
No.
Wendy Delgado.
I just want to say one thing. Donna has been a really great at sharing things with me, and we've been getting together on Monday nights, and I've been watching some of the older calls with her. And when I have questions, she's been great at answering them. And so she's been a wonderful person in my life to bring me to this.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
She is awesome.
You're at the right place
Yeah.
At the right time.
I feel
at the
so much
right
love
time.
from all of you. So much love. It's just wonderful.
Thank you.
She
Thank you.
feels like she knows you all because she's been watching you.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
That's a good feeling.
Awesome.
And QB,
That's an amazing feeling.
we are an hour and 20 minutes into the call now.
Yay.
Everybody, unmute and say goodbye.
Yes, time to say
Bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Peter.
To all.
Thank you, everyone.
To see you.
Bye, Peter. Thank you.
Bye, Peter.
Bye,
Thank you.
Alex.
Bye, Peter.
Bye,
Bye, Harry.
everybody.
Bye, Harry. Bye, Diana. Bye, Judy. Bye, Sunny.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.